next guest, Atlanta native, Scotty ATL, is best known for his rap skills, but it's his custom grills that's got everybody talking. He recently went viral for personally delivering to Issa Rae at her wedding in the south of France. Everybody please welcome Scotty ATL. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good.
Pleasure.
Yeah.
This ought to be good. I'm interested. I always try to figure out where this came from.
Okay.
You born, bred in Atlanta.
Yes, sir.
So tell me a little bit about your upbringing.
I'm from Atlanta. I'm from the east side. I grew up in a single-parent home. Me and my mom got involved in the streets early on. Lost my mind in that. But yeah, I had a good upbringing. It was tough, but I'm thankful for the things I went through.
Yeah. How'd you get into the music?
A friend of mine introduced me to rapping. I would go to his crib every day after school, and we would listen to rap music. And so he convinced me to start rapping. We would sell mixtapes at school for $1, and people, we became popular in school, and that kind of got me into the Grillz culture and rap culture, and that's how I started.
Yeah. Now, there was a brief period where you down on your luck, you ended up homeless for a while. What happened?
My mom wanted me to get out of the house at 18. She was real adamant about that. And so I went to school at Savannah State University. I didn't have a lot of money to pay for anything, not even food sometimes. I started hustling and I came back to Atlanta and I was riding around with my clothes in my trunk. My friend's mother let me stay with them for a while, and I stayed in a shack that they had in their backyard. Yeah.
Obviously things get better, start turning around. What was the pivotal moment for you? What was that moment? You know, everybody had that moment where it go click.
There was a day I was riding, I'll never forget this. I met a guy and he was having a Bible study in his house. He was a street cat, you know? Yeah. He invited me to his crib and he had other dudes that was like kind of hood there, but we was talking about God. And he said, what do you feel like is holding you back from getting everything you think you're supposed to have in life? And I knew it was the lifestyle I was living. I went home that night and literally just gave everything up, like cold turkey that night. I never looked back since then.
It's a funny thing when you're going through it. I don't know why it is, but sometimes you think, this ain't happening to nobody to me. Oh, woe is me, this is so hard for me. Right. Until you hear somebody else's story. And then you start to find out, well, maybe what I'm doing ain't that crazy, and maybe I ain't that far from home plate. God gets you where you at.
Right.
You ain't got to get to nowhere, because if you could get to somewhere, you'd have got there by now. You go to God where you at. Right. And that's usually in a state of brokenness. But he in the fix-it biz.
Right.
You dig?
Right.
So that's what happened, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Man.
That's cold, man. How'd you get into making grills?
A friend of mine kept asking me to go meet this guy who was doing his own grills. I went, I liked what he was doing, but I still wasn't sold out. I left there and I went to a club and met a friend who was a dental assistant. And he had just lost his job.
A dental assistant?
A dental assistant. And so I said, well, man, what you gonna do now? He said, I really wanna do grills. So I said, we could go to this dude, man, I just left this dude, we can go right now. And we did. We went right then, we linked up with this guy, and we started making the grills, man. Every day, just buying gold, making grills.
Hey, man, wait a minute.
Yeah, man, it's
what
crazy,
the hell?
man.
How big is the grill business?
It's big. It's really big. Now I have 2 stores, one in Atlanta and one in LA on Melrose and Fairfax on the corner. First black man to have a grill stop on Melrose.
You ain't lying.
Yeah.
I want to know more about these grills, but how did you get a grill to Issa Rae?
So Issa Rae, she want to know, can we get her this grill by Thursday in France? But it was a diamond grill, which normally takes like 2 to 3 weeks. So really I only had 2 days to make it. Meantime, I'm trying to figure out how we're gonna get this to her. I didn't realize my passport was expired. I didn't promise this lady though.
You just lying.
Man, but see, I didn't know. So I had to figure that out. I got the passport updated in a day.
Had to get on to the federal building.
In Atlanta.
Downtown, yeah.
Yup. Yeah.
Like I did the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I've been down there. You gotta go down there yourself too. You can't send nobody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I booked my ticket, 10-hour flight. She texts me the address. I look on here and I notice there's a body of water in between where I'm the land and where she at. Now I done flew 10 hours now, and now I don't know. I said, oh man.
Now, you hood, you ain't figuring this out right here.
No. I got to Paris, then I flew to Nice, then I got to Nice, and then I got in the Uber. But the Uber took me to the pier. So I had to catch a boat. For real. A boat. After I flew now twice, I get off, I catch a boat to get to her at the restaurant. I got off the boat. This is a true story.
Man, you need to have me with you.
Man, listen. I got off so I'm at the pier. Now I got to find her the restaurant. I got to walk. It's like a 20-minute walk. I got on all white just in case she asked me to go on the boat.
Oh, you think you supposed to have on all white on the boat? Boy, I love the hood, boy.
I planned this.
I love the hood. I got on all white because she asked me to get on the boat.
Just in case.
Yeah, and it's flowing.
I was all white, all the way down to the shoes, all right? Man, I'm walking through dirt. I get there, I'm a little sweaty. And she said, hey, what's up? Greeted me. The Grillz were for her wedding. I didn't know it was for her wedding. I just knew that if she told me she needed it that bad in France and who she was, I wasn't gonna question why she needed it. I was just gonna make sure she had it. And then she asked me to come on the boat.
Come on, boy. Come on. And you got your white on.
Come on, man. That was faith. That was faith, man.
No.
I bought that white outfit because I said, man, you know what? I pictured myself on that boat.
You saw it.
Thank God did.
Hey, man, we did some messing around and we got hold to one of your clients. Please welcome rapper, music producer, and activist, my man, David Banner.
Man! I just wanted this job.
Pleasure, man. What's up, Black?
That's crazy. So really quick, I want to tell y'all something. When they invited me over, I thought it was because mentorship. And not because I'm a customer of his. He called me right when I was in the dressing room. It's like, bro, I finally made it to the Steve Harvey show, bro. And so I was like, man, I'm so proud of you. Call me as soon as you leave, man. Like, I got you. We've been working through this. Scotty, do you mind if I be honest with them about something?
Yeah, for sure.
I want to tell you all what I'm proud of. There's been nights when Scotty wanted to give up his business that I talked to him into 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. And I remember telling him, you have a sustainable business during the pandemic. This is more important than being an artist. Some people can't find a job. Concentrate on your business and you can always be a rapper again. And one thing that I can say about this young man is you can give counsel, but it's up to them to listen. Everything that I've ever told Scotty, we fought, we laughed, we sat up until 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. He did it. If anybody in this world deserves what he has right now, it would be him. And to be here today means the world to me. I actually knew I was gonna be here 2 weeks ago, so I sort of been distant from him on purpose. Because I knew how much it was going to mean to him when I walked out, so thank you.
No, man, this is a cold story because you know what? I love the visual of the story because, see, I like when the visual don't match up to the reputation. You know what I'm saying? I like that part of it because, you know, man, look, we live in a society where we get judged right away. You know, they don't know this is a God-fearing dude. They don't know this dude a hustle. They don't know this dude got a mentor. They don't know this dude in the struggle. You don't know. You just look at people and go, he got a grill. No. This is a business. And like you just said, a sustainable business. You talking about cats out here that can't tour and rap. If you ain't touring right now in the rap game, you got problems. That's where your money. But this dude right here that got into a business, man. God picked this dude up out the dirt, and turned him into this here.
And they never show the struggle side of what we go through. Our children only get to see the shiny aspect of us if we make it.
You know, you can produce a segment like this, but you can't produce this. You hear hard. You hear he loud. He loud cause he for show. See, and now you can come up here if you want to with it. He loud cause he for show. But then you see this young dude get emotional. But he hard though. He hard, but he emotional. See, people don't understand that. You be judging people by their look. You don't know the pain. You don't know what it took, man. You know, you see a grown man on TV crying. Could it be because in telling the story, he's actually telling it so vividly that he's feeling what he felt when it happened? If that don't make you cry, who are you? This is one of the great segments for me, man. And hey, man, continued success, brother. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't ever give up. And like he said, you got a sustainable business, man. Thank you to Scotty and David for joining me today. Thank you very much.
Hey, you made it to the end of this video. I got a lot more that you're gonna enjoy, so just click to watch the next one. And make sure you subscribe to always know what's happening.